we're going to be doing a superhero tournament. A fight to the death. We've got at least one hero on this list that might be
unkillable.
Yeah, so you don't necessarily have to kill him if you can keep him from like not killing you. You know what I mean? Imprison them, whatever you got to do. You know.
Let's define incapacitation as cease to make a threat.
Right. Yeah, cease to make a threat or imprison in some way or trap in some way to where it is a 18-man tournament. There's going to be 2 preliminary fights, and we picked what we thought were some of the stronger heroes to fight in the preliminaries. That way, you know, they didn't get super, you know, just go through the entire list maybe. They may still do that. But yeah, we'll get into that. But first, there was 18 heroes, and we all got to pick, and we chose to do a tournament where they're not, it's not a list of any hero. These are what Donovan referred to as like street level heroes. So it's not that these guys aren't real heroes, just that they aren't your Supermans and your Thors and, you know, people that are like can destroy planets under certain circumstances type of stuff. You know, we don't, none of those types of people in this matchup, just to try to keep it a little bit more even.
It's one of those, if it takes extraordinary means or planning to destroy or incapacitate them, we kind of left them off the list. Right. There's still like a couple with certain circumstances and stuff, but those can be more easily explained on how you would do that, rather than, you know, you have a god level superhero who's just like, okay, well, he's immune to bullets and can shoot lasers out of his eyes and has frost breath and literally
can move a planet by
sun at one point, you know, like.
For this competition, we're pulling from pretty much anything that you can show that they've done before. You know, obviously there's going to be ridiculous things that certain heroes have done before, and we're going to take those things into account with a grain of salt. If you can prove that your hero has done something insane, then, you know, that you can prove it. And here's the thing as well, with us picking all of these heroes, it's not so we're not gonna it's not just gonna be, oh well, Donovan, Iron Fist is your hero, you have to defend him. You know what I mean? It's we're gonna all come up with the best reasons possible for why either one could potentially win. Obviously, we're gonna have a little bit of bias here.
Well, and that's with 3 people, even with biases and everything, there's always a tiebreaker. You know, there's always someone who can jump in and go, okay, well, these are the facts. This is my opinion. This is who wins, kind of thing. So it makes it a little less, you know, back and forth into nothingness, and a lot more like
we may get like actual, 2 votes one way or the other. That way we can actually definitively be like, all right, well, then he's stronger or he's stronger.
That's, you know, it's hard to argue with. That's how the votes went when there's 3 people rather than
well, we each voted for this one.
So.
I'm correct in assuming that that's how we're going to determine who wins each round, is there'll be a vote at the end.
Yeah, I mean, we're going to take everything into account at the end, and yeah, we'll pretty much take a total tally, but sort of like what we did with Pokemon and Digimons. Who had who had the better reasons, and who could we really determine that would be more powerful?
And I think if at any point we get any kind of like comments or interactions that are saying, I think you may have missed this point or that point, we can take it into kind of consideration and go, okay, well, you know, let's at the beginning of next episode or whatever, point these things out, and, you know.
Well, I mean,
the votes.
The thing is, you know, we're gonna miss stuff.
We are.
Yeah.
People are you're just I'm not that worried about going back. People are just gonna kind of have to get over the fact that this is for fun. I mean, we're doing this for fun. We're gonna try to come up with as many statistics and reasons for why these people can really fight each other. But at the end of the day, like, it's not. This is just our opinions, right? It's if you think your hero should have won in a fight where we put up Spider-Man versus Nightcrawler and Spider-Man wins, and you really think Nightcrawler should have won, then you're totally entitled to think that. You know what I mean? It's not.
Just make sure you leave it in the comments below.
Right.
We're not telling you what to think.
Yeah, well, we're not saying this is definitively the right way it would go. We're just saying this is just our opinion.
Yeah.
This is the way we think it would go.
To discuss fictional people with superpowers, okay?
Yeah, that's all it is. It's just a fun discussion for us to talk about pitting these characters up against each other to see who would win. After each match, it's like a total reset, right? It's a fight to the death, but they're not hurt. They don't carry on any wounds.
Matchup because they're both.
We're gonna come up with stat blocks for these guys to pit them up against each other. So, if we're gonna do 1 through 5, I think we should do the D through S just because it's a little more classy, and I like giving people letters for their abilities.
It's fine with me.
I was gonna say 1 through 5 as well. I was gonna just suggest like numbers or stars or something, just to make it easier to like average out into a total score. But
okay,
we can
so
do
yeah. Well, let's just
as well, and we can just assign
letters. Yeah.
Assign numbers to it, and a plus or a minus if it's close to going up in the next rank or down.
Yeah.
I mean,
with
only 5 letters, it'll be easy to figure out the average.
Yeah. Better that we choose a standard and like an S standard, and then say like nobody on this list will necessarily reach the S standard.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of.
I kind of like that better.
The only reason I like that is because if we do decide to do the God tournament later on, then we can still use the same standard and be like, okay, well these people actually are S's in certain areas.
That's fair. So it's kind of being capped at like an A for pretty much everything.
Yeah, probably.
For everyone.
Yeah, I mean,
so like
A is probably the highest any of these people would go.
So if there's going to be 15 fights, I propose we come up with 5 arenas that will each be used 3 times.
If it is used if it's used 3 times, then it's taken out?
Yeah, that would be my proposal. That way we can ensure all of them are equally used.
And that'll basically that'll make it so the last fight is definite. We're gonna know what the last arena is going into the last fight. There's gonna be no randomization. If you liked this highlight, be sure to tune into the full episodes every Monday at 4 p.m. Central Standard Time.